Just gave the chickens in the chicken tractor some supplemental feed. Like to give them a little scoop every night. They can actually do really well out in the chicken tractor without feed if you move them real frequently and you have good forage grass, good forage terrain. You can actually get away without feeding them and they'll still produce eggs and do well. But I tend to feed them just to make sure that they have plenty of food. I don't want any hungry or starving animals here at my homestead. And then they're laying 4 eggs a day out of 4 hens. So that's pretty good. We're happy with that. You can see I did some mowing here, getting ready to do some mulching. Also had to knock this down. The woodchucks are going to start in again soon. We'll head over and take a look at this planting here next. Okay, so here we are. I'll try and speak up. I know there's some wind. I hope that's not messing the microphone up too much. So this is a 100 by 25 section, 25 wide, 100 foot long. I'm going to split this into either 4 or 5 20-foot blocks. And I just planted the first 20-foot block tonight. On the right hand side there's 5 rows of double standard sweet corn from Johnny's Selected Seeds. That is an open pollinated SU variety corn. And all the way on the left is 4 rows of bodacious F1 hybrid from Agway. And then between that we have 2 rows of delicata squash. Those were started in the greenhouse, and most of those are actually doubles. And then down the center row is 1 row of borage at 1 foot spacing, and then interseeded over top of the squash is buckwheat. And I think you can probably see some buckwheat seed on top here still. Yeah. So this is basically a full cover crop, forage crop, squash combination. I may go back and add some beans on the edges at some point. You'll notice that I have some metal stakes here on the 4 corners. That's because there's a woodchuck hole right here, and this guy comes out and robs all kinds of stuff from over here. He got my dwarf blue jewel sweet corn pretty bad last year. So this year I'm using 2 rolls of fence. I'm just going to put that up for the first couple of weeks until things get established and I can deal with the woodchuck situation. And then the next block will go. I may just do replications of this 20-foot planting like this all the way up and do 5 blocks, but I may switch out and do 4, and I might do something like sunflowers and something else in between the blocks in a 5-foot chunk. Anyway, I did the planting and transplanting, the stakeout, detailing, all that kind of stuff, and then immediately upon finishing that I came back with some Nutrilive, and I did some Nutrilive down over this whole patch, so there's watered and it has nutrient and biostimulants and inoculants and everything right there on the seed right from the very start. That's critical, that's important. So we'll monitor this and see how it does throughout the season. I expect some pretty good growth if I can keep it watered, and we have a reasonable grow season this year. Well, ain't that just the way? You never quite have enough fence to close in the area you want to close in. I'll have to go down and see if there's any spare pieces I can patch in here on this edge. But the woodchuck hole is over there, so he's going to come out here, which puts him right in range, so to speak. So hopefully for now we can hold him off. Okay, found a piece, patched it in. There we go. And to those of you looking at this and going, that's not woodchuck proof, I know it's not woodchuck proof. It's really just as a barrier, so that if he goes inside of it, I have a chance to shoot him, because I'm not losing any more crops to him this year. Anyway, hopefully the weather will be good and things will grow well from here out. Looking forward to just caring for and maintaining. Planting corn can be tedious when you're doing it by hand. Anyway, it's in. I don't know if I'd caught up on everything up here. Sweet peppers down the middle, a row of beets on either side. I'll probably do another row of beets on either side, just in 1 foot again. Blank right now probably will be carrots and something. Then 2 rows of Roma tomatoes spaced at 4 foot. Some garlic, purple stripe, just interplanted because I didn't have anywhere else to stick it. Then sweet Thai basil, right next to the Romas, and then over 2 or 2.5 foot, something like that, a row of rosemary, a row of jalapeno peppers, and a row of Hawaiian orange calendula or marigold. Got to go through and do a foliar drench on those tonight. Hadn't gotten a transplant feed in on those yet. Need to get that done. I've been watering pretty heavily actually because things have dried out and warmed up finally. So yeah. Over here I got the stockade fence back up, ready to go. I went in and added another post in between each of these other posts this year for extra support. And I think what I'm going to do is go back and pull the maple posts and get more cedar posts and go in all of the same height. These are 9-foot posts or 9 plus. And then I probably will go back with some of this concrete remesh, that stuff, and probably will overlap it 1 foot with this and get another 4-foot vertical, and then I'll have an 8-foot high trellis that's super sturdy for the beefsteak tomatoes. This is all going to be beefsteak tomatoes, and I'll probably do a row of holy basil in front of that, and I might do something else on the other side, and then of course I'll be mulching, foliar feeding, etc., etc. So anyway, things are progressing despite many obstacles, snares, and trip ups. I'm pushing forward. Thanks for watching. Farmacy Seeds Network.